All right. Hi. Can anyone hear me? I'm sorry about that, you guys. We had some technical difficulties. Oh, yeah, I'm good. Okay. All right. Apparently I can be heard, which is nice. I'm sorry you can't see my really cool background. You can see the icon up there in the corner, which is kind of cool. And I'm sorry you can't see me because I brushed my hair and shit. Oh well. Well, I have kind of a sad topic anyway. Hey, Cadence. Oh, no, no silence. Oh, wait, slash JK is in joke? Okay, then we're good. Cadence, don't fuck with my head. Trust me, it's fucking with itself enough. Um, yeah, so I was gonna talk a little bit about depression tonight, and I just want to preface this with, by the way, like, trigger warning. I'm gonna talk about depression, so if that's gonna be bad for you, go listen to something that's good for you that makes you laugh. Thank you, Cadence. Yes, joking. Yeah, slash JK. It's pretty obvious for joke. Yes, you are correct. Also happy that you're here. Hi, sweetheart. My junk shop library is here. Hi, sweetie. Um, yeah, so I've been really depressed and this isn't an unusual state for me. I've talked about it before. Depression is the most common mental illness. Most of us go through it at least once in our lifetimes. It's kind of like a yeast infection that way. But some of us have it. I'm so sorry for that. I thought of that joke earlier and was like, don't say it. And then I said it anyway. I'm so sorry. Um, but some of us have depression chronically or cyclically, or if you're like me, you're manic depressive, you're bipolar. So it comes and goes. And certain life things can trigger it. Seasonal changes can trigger all kinds of things can. But I can say that the last few days, I've had a very difficult time getting out of bed in the morning. I've actually had to force myself to get out of bed. It felt like a weight pressing down on me, and all I wanted to do was snuggle back in and not face people or the world or judgment or anything. And unfortunately, none of that goes along with a functional life. It certainly doesn't go along with working. Um, so yeah, I've had to make myself get out of bed, and I've had these moments of sort of zoning out and then having to remind myself, no, you have to focus. You have to be awake. You have to function in this moment because you're driving at 45 miles an hour or because you are, you know, well, doing anything really, a transaction, an assignment, anything, reading, um, which I love to do. Reading, my first love in my life, is difficult. I'll read several paragraphs and not know what I just read. That's incredibly disconcerting. And there are physical symptoms that go along with depression as well, that anyone who has experienced it, and I am so sorry if you have, I hope you have not, but there are physical symptoms as well. Fatigue is a common one, loss of appetite, or um, weirdly wanting to eat all of the time. Both or either of those can happen. Also, physical aches and pains, like you wake up and you feel like you might be coming down with the flu, but you don't have the flu. you're depressed. That can absolutely happen. Um, not being able to get to sleep, sleeping too much. And if these symptoms sound inherently contradictory, yeah, they are. But again, anyone who has experienced depression knows of what I speak. They know about the insomnia part and they know about the sleeping for 15 hours at a time part. No matter how many times you have to get up to pee or how many times or how much your back hurts because, no mattress is that good. Um, it just happens. So yeah, I've been depressed and it's impacting my productivity in my life. Let's see. Junk Shop Library says my to be read stack keeps getting bigger and my ability to focus enough to read wanes. Yes, I feel you. Caden says, I also understand. Getting around to talking about it takes a lot of effort and strength. So glad you could be here to talk about. Oh, honey, thank you. Cadence, thank you. Yeah, I do want to say that actually just scheduling this stream uh is kind of a big deal. And thank you, Cadence, for understanding that and empathizing with that. I did some cognitive behavioral therapy today. I did some opposite uh it's called a opposite to emotion action. So basically I felt like doing nothing. So on my break from work, I forced myself to do things. I washed a load of dishes. I went outside. I put on shoes. I was working from home today. I put on shoes and I went outside and I walked around the backyard a bunch, even though it was kind of uncomfortable. And we have a very mm, quixotic backyard. It has weird holes in it, weird dips. It has lots of weird things, including a giant black walnuts that can roll under your sneakers and make you feel like you're about to fall down. But I needed to move around and I did feel better after I did it. So yes, all of the studies you see about exercise and self-efficacy and exercise and it being good for mental health in general and for depression in particular, yes, they are correct. I know because I helped write a few when I was a budding technical writer, but also because, yes, I've experienced it myself. Quixotic Backyard is my new band name, says Junk Shop Library. I like it. Do it. Um, Caden says my ADHD pretty much prevents me from reading my books and doing anything I should enjoy, which can sometimes make the depression worse. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Several members of my family have ADHD, and it really is rough. And I get so angry with people. I had some random man say that he didn't believe in ADHD. He thought that was just a kid who needed his quote his ass beat. And I thought, wow, you are a terrible father. I really hope you don't have children, but I'm pretty sure he does. What he said about ADHD was that he does not believe in it. And I thought, well, some people don't believe in evolution. It doesn't make it any less true. So I Cadence, I feel you as much as I can as someone who loves a lot of people with ADHD and has watched them struggle with it. I don't, as far as I know, have it myself. I did have one therapist suggest that I might, and she did want me to get tested for it, but at that point my anxiety disorders were so bad, the thought of going on any kind of speedy medication uh just terrified me too much. So I didn't even get tested, sorry. Um oh, okay. Caden says it's practically just a brain that doesn't like to make dopamine. Oh, that's a fucking bummer. Damn, Cadence. Dopamine's awesome. I'll do a lot for that dopamine hit. I really will. I mean, I talk about this all the time. Like, I'm not a big like, you know, I like solving puzzles to a degree. So, you know, I'll do like a jigsaw puzzle just for the dopamine hit of finishing it. I'll do stuff that's kind of meditative, but also a wee bit tedious, especially if I'm feeling manic, and then everything's tedious. But yeah, I will do a lot to get that dopamine hit for sure. Oh man. Okay, so another thing one should not do when depressed is take any kind of natural depressant. Like, oh, I'm glad. Oh, wow. All right, Cadence girl. I love you. Thank you for sharing that. No, I'm not pulling that up for people watching this later or in the future. It's none of your business. Anyway, yeah, so depression sucks. It's not fun. Uh yeah, right? Right, Junk Shop? Hang on. I'm gonna pull this up. If only you could just yell at your brain, make the stuff we need, damn it, just bloody make it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, unfortunately, we're on some level we're so lucky to be living when we are. Where we are so fucking lucky to not be living even 60 years ago, you know. 60 years ago, certainly 100 years ago, I might have been in line for a lobotomy or for some kind of horrible, you know, other form of treatment that was terrible and may or may not have worked. Um, the strides we've made just since the late 1990s in psychotropic medication and psychology are amazing. Caden says, yeah, well, I gotta put this up. Caden says, I yell at my brain all the time. Just fucking do the thing, damn it. LOL. Sometimes it works. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes. Sometimes it works. Oh, that's why I haven't made a video in a year. Cadence, I feel you. I feel you. And I feel so bad for I have 5 stalwart patrons and I'm so sorry your names aren't scrolling right now. We had some last minute technical difficulties, but they're Junie the Apostate, the Lavender Lady, eh, that's spelled EH if you don't know, and Delicious Danish. Oh, Sugar Bears, I'm forgetting somebody. Shit, who am I forgetting? Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Whoever you are, I'm sorry. I'll give you a double. Oh, Sandy the Sane. Ha ha. Ha. I got it. All right. Sandy the Sane is the other one. All right. I have 5 stalwart patrons who have stuck with me through all of the madness and all of the working so many hours and all of the changes and the moving and everything. Um, and just bless your hearts, and not in the and I do not mean that in the old school southern fuck you way. I mean that honestly, like, just bless you, thank you. um I don't know what I'd do without you. It's a lot. Yeah, there isn't any one answer. um I mean, I touched on one aspect of cognitive behavioral therapy, which is, opposite to emotion action. And that's a good practice. That one serves me well a lot of the time. Sometimes there's just self-care, just do something that makes you feel good, whatever that is. That can be a lot of things. Uh, that can be taking a nice hot bath if you're into that. It could be taking a nice hot shower if you're into that. It could be taking a nap. It could be masturbation. There's lots of things to get that lots of ways to get that dopamine hit that are healthy and natural and perfectly fine and not in any way sinful or wrong. It can be cuddling up with a good movie and a box of chocolates without worrying about the calories, just doing what makes you feel good for a minute or what makes you feel safe or comfortable. That's okay. It's okay to do that. Sorry, the side chat here is tripping me out. I love you guys. You're awesome. Um yeah, I don't want to go on and on about depression. I do want to shout out the artist that I had for the thumbnail, the link to this person, Alexander Edward. Uh his art is in the link to his webpage, and his art is in the description. Please check it out. You can buy prints. Um All right, I gotta pull that up. I'm sorry. That's I assume you mean that in the good way, my darling. All right. Um love the sin, fuck the sinner. Well, only if they're very nice to you. Uh yeah. So I don't want to get too deep into this, and also I don't want to suggest to anyone who is feeling depressed in this moment, don't go googling depression and art, because there are some seriously triggering images that you might find. I certainly did, and so I picked a very benign, what I thought was a very benign image that also I thought kind of encapsulated that feeling of barely keeping your head above water and not being able to move, and not feeling like you can do anything, feeling like you don't have agency, feeling like you're worthless, like you don't matter, or maybe you shouldn't matter, feeling like no matter what you do, you're going to fail. I'm definitely feeling that way right now. And that's not productive, unfortunately. When because there are real world consequences to these feelings. But feeling like you have nothing to give, like you're worthless, like like there's no point in any of it, in even trying, because you know you're going to fail anyway. These are not productive thoughts. They're what we call, or I'm sorry, they're what psychologists, I am not a psychologist, they're what psychologists call invasive thoughts that just come in and chip away at you. Hey, the lone wanderer, how you doing? Oh, speaking of self-care, I'm just going to say this. The lone wanderer sent me a present several months back, and it's been too warm here for me to use it. But the other night it got nice and chilly, and I cuddled up in my comfy plaid blanket thing that the Lone Wanderer sent me, and it was awesome, and it's so soft, and I love it. So thank you. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm sorry if you didn't want everybody to know that you sent me that, but you did, and I said it already. So sorry, it's already out there. Uh, okay, this is a good point. Yeah, I'm trying, Lone Wanderer. I'm trying not to feel that way. It's hard, but I'm trying. I'm working on it. Feelings don't have to be productive. It's more important to acknowledge them and feel them honestly than to rate them on a productivity scale. Well, no, that's very true. That's very true. I agree. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. No, I don't mind. Aw, I'm hugging you back. I'm mentally hugging you back, Lone Wanderer. Big hugs. Aw. Yeah, there's just that awful no matter what I do, it's not good enough. No matter what I do, I'm still fucking up. No matter what I do, dot dot dot. It's a terrible feeling, and it can mess with you in every aspect of your life. And that's not good. And I wish I could say that, hey, here's the magic thing that makes that go away like that, but that thing doesn't exist. It's different for everyone. Like I said, most people experience depression at some point in their lives. And some of us experience it chronically, and there are variations of that. Some of us experience it cyclically, like I do. And there are lots of things you can do. There are lots of things you can do. So some of those things are include medication. They include different therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy. I have a friend who gets very severe depression in the winter. She definitely um, get has seasonal depressive disorder, and she actually has a UV light, a very small. She doesn't like tan under it. It's very small, but she has a light that simulates sunlight, and she just clicks it on and stays near it, and it literally elevates her mood. Um, for some of us, that means talk therapy. For some of us, that means a combination of talk therapy and psychotropic medication. So whatever works for you is good. Cadence, I'm right there with you. Yeah, I don't like I I don't know if I get depressed in the summer, but I definitely get irritated. I'm constantly irritated. I hate being hot, and I hate being having too much sunlight in my fucking face. Oh, yeah, alone. You can tell I'm depressed because I have a different voice. Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, Lone Wanderer's been listening to me for way too long. No, not too long. I love you. Thank you for listening. But yeah, I do. Heard that tiny finger snap. Thank you. Yeah, anonymous people or person rather who donated us an awesome microphone. Thank you for it. I no, we're good. I don't I'll let you know. I'll let you know, Lone. I'll let you know. I don't care. Oh yeah. Oh, Cadence, fuck. You're in Louisiana? Shit. I'm in Tennessee. It's bad enough here. I think yeah, there are other people. Yeah, I think everybody in the chat right now is somewhere in the South. I'm not gonna say where everybody is, but wow. Like, yeah. I don't like the heat either. It's been unseasonably cold here though. It took us a minute to get used to it. We had to have the guys come out and light our pilot lights earlier than normal, which was weird. They had to come out in October. That's very unusual here. but it was getting down to like below 20 degrees at night and it was fucking freezing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to whoever might be watching this in the future. I don't know if anyone does, but if you do, that's what made me laugh. Anything up from about 70 Fahrenheit, I started to get bitchy. Over 100, fuck no. Yeah. You don't like the cold either, my darling. I know that. I think we're both just not into extremes. Plus, it takes a while to get used to that. It takes a it takes a minute, you know. Like 45 doesn't feel so bad in January. It feels awesome, but in October, 40, 45 feels terrible. It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Okay, well, so cover depression. Yeah, I covered all of depression in 26 minutes and 14 seconds or whatever. No, you don't know what I mean. I'm just saying I'm depressed. It's fucking with my life and I need my life to be functional. So, yeah, it's okay. You know, I know it'll pass. That's the one nice thing about my particular mental illness is that I cycle. So this will go away and I'll be a little manic again and then I'll be normal for a while and then we'll see what happens. But I gotta say, Cadence, I'm with you. Any excuse to wear a hoodie is both psychologically and physiologically comforting. I completely agree. I completely agree with that. Absolutely. Well, I want to thank Junk Shop Library, my darling. I want to thank Cadence. I want to thank the Lone Wanderer's Bunker for coming out and hanging out tonight. This is a kind of a short one. I know I haven't streamed in a while, but I did it. I made a commitment and I did it. So proud of myself. I'm gonna be happy about that. And I think we're gonna sign off right about here because I've said way too many times already. Temperature is the only thing in my life I seek in moderation, says Junk Shop Library. I love you so much. Caden says, good girl. Now go recharge. Yes, yes, ma'am, I will. I will absolutely do that. All right. I love y'all. And don't drink when you're depressed. That's important. But also, remember, you can't find truth in wine, but you might find it in reason. And love from Memphis, y'all. Good night.